You effectively don't know what is it that you want. You just keep shouting equality, equality, and equality. Point. That you're incapable of understanding a distinction between diversity and discrimination.
And should a judge be the product of the society, or should the society be the product of the judge?
है कि हम बात कर रहे हैं कि periods में लड़कियों को allow नहीं करते. They don't allow to enter in a temple. Sai Deepak sir ने, I'm not against anything. I'm a Brahmin girl.
I don't see why you had to flaunt your Brahminical credentials, because as long as you're a Hindu, there ends the matter. You started the entire premise, and your argument is based on the assumption that I'm asking you again and again and again, how are you informed? What is your source? What is your authority? What is the factual basis?
Sai Deepak, the time is running short, so one quick comment. She's saying that any reform is opposed in the beginning, and then it becomes commonly accepted practice. How do you respond to that?
See, reform for reform's sake is a rebel without a cause. Okay. You effectively don't know what is that you want. You just keep shouting equality, equality, and equality. And here I'm forced to remember at least one question. What is the position going to be of these people with respect to those institutions, religious institutions, where there are severe and serious restrictions on entry and access of men? If your answer is that their men must be allowed, then you have effectively proven my point that you're incapable of understanding a distinction between diversity and discrimination. Second, from what I gather based on Ms. Saira's statements, she has primarily a problem with respect to the court's interference with respect to triple talaq, and therefore says that since you have done this with my community, therefore go ahead and implement the same logic with respect to other communities, regardless of whether it fits a certain fact, whether it affects a certain institution or not. The entire comparison between triple talaq and sabarimala or any other institution is fundamentally ridiculous, ludicrous, and completely useless. It has no basis at all. To compare these two would be to compare apples and oranges.
Just say two things. One is, तृप्ति जी से मैं एक सवाल पूछना चाहूँगा. तृप्ति जी, सुप्रीम कोर्ट की कोई भी जजमेंट हो, वो आप एक्सेप्ट करेंगी? कोई भी जजमेंट?
जी जी बिल्कुल करेंगे.
तो मैं ये पूछना चाहता हूँ, ऐसी कई सुप्रीम कोर्ट की जजमेंट्स हैं जहाँ पे सिंगल जज जजमेंट हुई है.
अगर हमारा जो निर्णय आने वाला है उसमें सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने अगर जो भी जजमेंट दिया वो हम एक्सेप्ट करेंगे.
नहीं है, मैं आपसे सवाल, आपने कहा हाँ सुप्रीम कोर्ट की कोई भी जजमेंट में एक्सेप्ट करूंगी.
कोई भी मतलब हमारे मंदिर के बारे में,
आपके मंदिर के बारे में कोई भी जजमेंट आप एक्सेप्ट करेंगे, ठीक है. कई ऐसी जजमेंट्स होती हैं जिसमें सिंगल जज जजमेंट होती है. अगर इस केस में वो सिंगल जज इंदु मल्होत्रा होती, क्या आप एक्सेप्ट करती डिसेंटिंग जजमेंट?
ये देखिए.
और मैं नंबर 2 पॉइंट, एक मिनट, लेट मी दिस थिंग. सी, माय लीविंग कमेंट इज, वी एज अ सोसाइटी हैव टू डिसाइड दैट शुड अ जज बी द प्रोडक्ट ऑफ द सोसाइटी, और शुड द सोसाइटी बी द प्रोडक्ट ऑफ द जज?
आई वॉन्ट टू से थैंक यू सो मच. मेरा बस एक ही क्वेश्चन है कि हम बात कर रहे हैं कि पीरियड्स में लड़कियों को अलाउ नहीं करते. दे डोंट अलाउ टू एंटर इन अ टेम्पल. कैन यू सी योर वेन सर? इस वेन में वही गंदा खून है, क्योंकि मेरी माँ को अगर पीरियड्स नहीं होते तो शायद मेरा जन्म नहीं होता. सर आप, सर लेट मी कंप्लीट. अभी साई दीपक सर ने, आई एम नॉट अगेंस्ट एनीथिंग. आई एम अ ब्राह्मण गर्ल. आई रिस्पेक्ट हिंदुज्म. I respect everybody. मेरा सिर्फ एक ही कहना है.
Question, ma'am. Please reply.
No sir, because साई सर said कि आप कैसे point out कर सकते हैं, आप उस टेम्पल के बारे में कुछ नहीं जानते. सर पहले द्रौपदी को वन साड़ी में रखा गया था, because pads were not there, sir. Now we, as a girl, I know how to use menstruation cup. I know how to use pad, and I am as pure as you are, sir.
Stop, please.
Can I just request the lady to pay attention, because I'm responding to your question, right? Okay. One, I don't see why you had to flaunt your Brahminical credentials, because as long as you're a Hindu, there ends the matter. Okay? No, let me respond. You're saying that you're aware of the traditions because you're a Brahmin. Trust me when I say this, but most non-Brahmins know traditions better than Brahmins today. Okay? Okay, second, and I say this as a Tambra myself, okay? 3, you started the entire premise, and your argument is based on the assumption that the temple has a fundamental problem with menstruation, that it treats it as impurity, something which defiles the temple. I am asking you again and again and again in a loop like a stuck gramophone, what is the basis of this assumption? Where are you drawing this assumption from? How are you informed? What is your source? What is your authority? What is the factual basis? Please don't cite news reports. Have you done any reading on your own to come out with this conclusion? If the answer is a no, then you're relying on what we call secondary propositions, which is word of mouth. Okay? Now, if the temple is dedicated to a brahmachari, I'm asking myself this simple question: what do you make of the concept of brahmachari other than celibacy? Bachelorhood is not brahmacharya. Okay?